An elven warrior trapped on modern-day Earth. Two friends with different destinies meet at a magical school. These are some of the stories we at Electric Eclipse Comics are working on. You can get your copies of both The Mana Chronicles and Tales of Itherell at elpmerch.com. Support independent creators. Explore the merch featuring exciting ELP Comics art with a wide range of designs. Electric Eclipse Comics. Imagination electrified.
Well, welcome, oil runners. We want to welcome back Mr. Scott Hopkins, the photographer. We talked to him before, and he had a lot to give us on his life. So this is more in-depth on at least his photography portion, or some of it, because I know there's a whole bunch of photos that he can go through, and we can go through them all. But we want to thank our sponsors first and foremost about elpmerch.com and Michael W. Rogers Photography. So look them up, michaelwrogersphoto.com. Go wake him up. As I always tell you, he needs some work. Just go wake him up and bother him. So and Electric Eclipse Comics, they are great peoples, and go check them out too. You can find them at elpmerch.com. But welcome, Mr. Hopkins. How are you doing?
I'm doing well today, and how are you?
I'm doing good. Sitting out here in the cold not technically cold, but in the winter in Alaska.
I'm glad to be back with you. For your viewers, I'm in Chula Vista, California, just south of San Diego, and we have a Santa Ana condition today with highs predicted of 76 degrees. So nice mid-December weather. But anyway, hey, nice to be with you. Let's go.
Mid-December weather, man. That's okay. I need the 70 degrees. I need to go out into the mountains. I'm not trying to die on the ice right now. Yeah, you were sending me some pictures. I really enjoy your pictures. Let me change the layout so we can see them. Let's see. Here we go. And we're going to go forth and talk about these and see what happened. And what's this one about?
Well, I started doing my photography for a newspaper about 15 years ago after I retired as an elementary school teacher. And I started going to high school sports at my alma mater, which is in San Diego, called Point Loma High School. So I'd gone to a girls' water polo match, to a county championship match. And I shot pictures of the girls, taking shots, the goaltender blocking shots. But at the end of the match, when they won, the goalkeeper, who's in the middle there, was so happy and I guess so relieved maybe that they had won, that she just burst into tears. And she jumped out of the pool, and the girls here were kind of consoling her. And I happened to be about 5 feet away, so I took this shot, and it was the very first shot that I ever got received an award from the San Diego Press Club. So this one has kind of a real special place in my heart from that standpoint. It was the first award-winning photo I had, and I think it was the emotion that you can see that probably, carried this shot. Of course, you wouldn't know if there had been a celebration or a disaster, I guess, but still the emotion, carried
right.
that shot.
Yeah, in photography, the emotion is where it's at there, and did they ever receive this picture, the girl?
It was in the Peninsula Beacon. It ran in the newspaper. So I hope they saw the newspaper. More and more as the years go by, I'm sharing the pictures with the students, though, because I realize that sometimes that's a great memory. Most of them don't read a newspaper. And so I found out that unless I send them a shot or whatever, they oftentimes don't even see it. But that's just the reality of how things are in this world.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they did read a newspaper. We don't even really get them in these classes, except for that school newspaper.
Well, our newspaper is a community paper. The company has 8 papers all over different parts of San Diego County. This paper covers the areas that I grew up in Point Loma and Ocean Beach. and it's free. It's given to every household, all the apartments, and it comes out only every 2 weeks. That's the problem. But people in our area love it because it carries local news. And a lot of the big major newspapers, local news is almost non-existent anymore. So they're very happy to receive it. I started doing photography, by the way, when I was in 8th grade. Taught myself how to develop film first, back when film was the only medium, and went from there. And never had a really, really good camera until about 5 years ago. This photo here was shot with a $300 camera that I was using at the time that had a 60 power zoom on it, so I could zoom in on things really far away and get a good shot with it. But now I have a $6,000 setup that I use on a regular basis. Well, let's take a look at number 2.
Number 2. Let's see what's in the next one. All right. Oh, football. I like football.
Yeah, if you like football, this is good. The neat thing about this, I was completely on the other side of the field. You know how big a football field is. I whipped around and shot the picture. And sometimes when you do that, the autofocus will get the image. And sometimes you whip around and shoot it, it's blurred. This one turned out to come out nice and clear. And this got an award from the San Diego Press Club as well. And it was also special, just, you know, kind of this moment when the ball settles into the receiver's arms over his shoulders, and the defender making a last-minute desperate attempt to stop the touchdown. So it's that frozen action that I like with still photography. You know, videos, it goes by so fast, it's all over. And with the still cameras, it's a whole other story. I'm going to get myself. Whoops. Back the other way. There
so how many, because I know it was hard for me to do the still photography like that. How many tries did you have? Over 10,000 photos trying to do the still photography, or like were you just a natural at it?
Well, I had started photography at a younger age, and so it wasn't so much a matter of trying to freeze action or things like that. Back in the day when I started, we had to set our shutter speed, we had to set our f-stop, we had to do all these different things, and then you didn't know what you got until the film was processed. But with digital, it's an amazing situation. I've watched sports a lot, so trying to capture the moment wasn't that difficult, but making sure it was clear, nothing was, you know, obstructing the picture, things like that were probably the biggest challenges. I used to go to baseball when I first started, and I'd shoot every swing I'd shoot the photos, and I think after I realized I'm not going to use most of these. You know, the guy's missing the ball, you can't see the ball in the frame, whatever. So now I'm a lot more selective, I guess, about what I shoot. But I'll go to a football game and shoot maybe 200 pictures, something like that. And out of those, I really only need a couple of good ones for the newspaper. But if I get more than a couple of good ones, that's kind of a bonus, so to speak.
Yeah.
But this was an image that was, and all 4 feet are off the ground in the picture too. If you notice, all 4 feet are up off the ground.
Yeah, I did see that. That's actually a pretty good shot there. You know, it's actually pretty clear on my end.
Right. I mean, it's really clear on my computer also, and I hope that your viewers that are watching it have a clear image as well. You know, that they're, you know, and it looks clear to them, because otherwise they might not understand why that was a good photo.
Yeah. Yeah. And like.
Now I hope this is filling your entire screen. On your broadcast, because the viewers can hear. This was a moment at a baseball game when the runner was trying to steal home, and I was able to get an image of the catcher tagging him out. But what I like about it is this particular field had a very soft dirt, and all this dirt came up as he slid. And I think that kind of makes this photo, plus his eyes being closed, the one leg up in the air like that, just made for a good a good shot. And of course, you can see all the legs of his teammates in the background. But this particular catcher that's playing was a sophomore last year when I shot this, and real nice kid named Hunter. And so I'm giving him a copy of this photo because I told him it won an award, and I'm going to print a photo for him here real soon and take it to him so he can keep that for his keepsakes among his mementos. But that just made for a good action shot of the dirt. I think made this shot really special. Dirt and the leg up in the air.
Oh yeah, this would make a great black and white too, as well.
That's I don't shoot much in black. Well, you can convert to black and white on your computer, of course, but I don't really ever try that. I don't really think of that, but that's a possibility.
Yeah, this one, and a good metallic. If you ever print it out and everything, I'm gonna have a metallic. Put it on something metallic. That would make a great piece. That's a great shot. I love the sand. I love those kind of action shots with the like snow or the sand and and water, whatever it is, that movement. That's my favorite stuff.
Right. The image clear, but the sand in motion.
Yep, exactly. Let's see. This one's next in the arsenal. Oh, that's beautiful. Those are my kind of shots.
I'm going to try and center myself again here. There we go. So San Diego, we have a sunset every night, just like everybody in the world does. But we have some pretty good ones once in a while. Sometimes it's cloudy and they're not very exciting. But I've got, I think, sunset shots that I like even better than this. But I put this one in because the good shots always have people in them. And the couple holding hands, I think, really kind of ties this in to makes it more of a romantic shot versus just, people walking on the beach. You can see the couple holding hands and, you kind of wonder, what are they talking about? What are they thinking about? What does that water feel and the sand on their feet, and the blazing sun in the background going down? The reflection of the sun on the little waves in the ocean sand there are all kind of unique too. So I thought that made a nice shot.
That's a hard capture there. That really is a hard capture, honestly. You captured that really well. Definitely can feel the feeling of whatever, you could definitely have that feeling of maybe, the romantic portion, the distressor portion of that couple. It's like, look, we're leaving all of our life out on this beach right here, kind of thing.
Right.
And I love that you captured a little bird way out yonder next to the water.
One of our famous San Diego seagulls. And even out on the ocean, you see a couple sailboats out, or you see a sailboat out there.
Okay, in the corner, yeah.
The landform that you see in the background, by the way, is Point Loma. And that's where I grew up as a kid. About half of the left half of that is all military, U.S. Navy. And then to the right, it's all part of the city of San Diego. But out on the very end tip to the left, there's the, up on top, and you can barely see it here, but it was the original Cabrillo Monument Lighthouse for ships that were coming into San Diego Bay. And when it got foggy, they couldn't see that light. So around the corner on the end there to the left, they built a brand new lighthouse. And it's on every night for boats and people coming to the region to, know that's where the tip of the land is, in case they're not sure, I guess. But thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed this one. It's a lot of fun capturing things like this, too. You don't have to worry about getting people's identities to publish it or anything like that because they're not identifiable.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I like to do. The photographers in this, in trying to silhouette them in the scene when they're in that moment of them taking the photo. Those are one of my favorites to do. Right. They don't know I'm behind them, but it looks like I'm taking a photo of something else. But I captured them. The identity is closed off. But yeah, it's emotions. Let's see what else is in here.
Now,
Oh, ooh, nice.
this shot I thought was going to win best sports photo. I was 100% convinced that nobody would have a better photo than this. This was a county championship baseball game. The catcher there in maroon is from Point Loma, the school that I cover. And they had just had a ball thrown from the outfield that got by him. It was actually a bad throw. And with that, the winning run came in for the other team. And they all burst out of the dugout like this in celebration. And the catcher is just depressed, like looking down and just realizes the game's over, realizes they've lost. And I thought the emotion in this picture, the contrast of thrilled victory and devastated defeat was a guaranteed winning photo. But instead, it received honorable mention. I was disappointed. I thought this photo couldn't be beat. If you look at the man back in the dugout, he's not even taking pictures at this moment. There's another man on the very, very right. He's not taking pictures at the moment. I happen to have captured this moment from the right angle that made this a great shot. The one thing that might have made it better was if the catcher was facing the camera. But I didn't think that made a huge difference. But this is one of my favorite sport shots. Just the movement, the faces, the raised arms, it's like
and the dust in those on the left,
right?
With the guys running in. Yeah, that's a really. So what picture beat this out?
I don't know. They don't show you. All they do is list the name of the person that won. And I was just like, oh my God, what did this person have that beat this? But you never know.
Right.
In writing in the San Diego Press Club, my articles that I write go into the category of non-daily newspapers. But in photography, you're up against everybody in the county. So all the photographers at all the newspapers and all the places are all lumped into one group. And I just thought this one had it. But, it is what it is. And it's still my favorite, one of my very, very favorite sport shots.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love this, though. Yeah, I don't think anything should have beat that one out. That's a great shot.
Thank you. Now, this one was one of the first I ever got for an award, too. At Point Loma High School, at the end of every year, they have what they call the powder puff game. I'm sure a lot of schools do this. And it's the girls playing football, but the boys coach them. And it's the juniors versus the seniors. And it is a grudge match. Let me tell you, these girls play hard. They play aggressively. They play like they're out for blood. It's sometimes you have to kind of like calm them down because they get so into the game. But this girl was running right towards me on the sideline. I happened to be able to snap this picture, and once again, the face on the two girls in the foreground just made this one. You can tell they're not messing around. You can tell that they are serious. And then, of course, the girls in the background.
She looks like the captain.
Yeah. This one, I believe, did get a first place in sports photography, if I'm not mistaken. And the expressions just made this.
And then you got the guy or girl back in the crew that's in the back with their hands on the hip. Sorry if it's a guy or I can't tell on that picture, but all their expressions.
You mean on the sidelines?
Yeah, in the red shirts. I think it's the rest of the team. Yeah, their whole all expressions are.
They're focused on
quite funny.
Yeah, they're focused on the action, and you can see the guy in the red shirt with his hand up by his head, with the khaki shorts. That's one of the coaches, one of the boys that's helping coach. And I don't know. I can't remember which team is seniors and which is juniors, but I'm pretty sure the red team was the juniors and the black team was the
Okay.
seniors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like I said, these matches get brutal. Sometimes they have to threaten the girls they're going to cancel the game if they don't calm down and become a
Yikes.
little. Oh, there's trash talking. There's a little bit of everything going on out there, and it's all a matter of, I guess, status or whatever. And boy, if the seniors don't win, they're not happy. It kind of ruins their whole graduation year.
Oh, kind of makes me wish I was back in high school a little bit, kind of miss sitting at the games and whatnot.
Well, a couple of the girls have actually got hurt during these games. One girl got
Wow.
her knee hurt, and I don't know if she had a surgery or anything like that, but it gets ugly sometimes. They do have the
Wow.
school trainers on site during the game too to make sure that they can patch everybody up if possible. Excuse me. Well, let's move
That's a
on.
good thing. We got like 3 more pictures in here. And what about
Okay,
this one?
this is the kind of picture that I think kind of freezes the action in baseball. And you've seen the same picture in newspapers over the years and all that, but it's kind of
Yeah.
become a cliche shot of sorts. It's not that hard to get, especially with a motor drive type thing on your camera. But this is a kid that I've come to know pretty well. His name is Matthew Garrison, and he's kind of a young and up-and-coming pitcher on Point Loma's baseball team. Last year in the county championship game last year, he pitched a complete game one-hitter against the other team. And
Wow.
this year he'll be their ace. He goes to camps in the off-season back in Atlanta, Georgia, put on by the Hank Aaron Foundation, and they have actual professional baseball players, retired and current, that instruct these kids. So he's been back there twice in a row. But anyway, just a shot of him, and that look on the face, that the grip on the ball as he's preparing to deliver the pitch, makes for kind of a neat shot. The third baseman in the background in the crouch, even though he's blurry. In the crouch like that, ready to receive the ball if it's hit his way, makes for kind of a fun photo. So I do a lot of sports photography, quite a bit of that, baseball and other sports. The girls play too.
Yeah.
They didn't back when I was a kid. They didn't, but they do now. And there's full opportunities for girls in California anyway for sports. They have complete teams. Everybody has equal share of the fields. They have equal equipment, equal everything. So here's the same kind of pitch, but this time it's a girl in softball. And I like the fact here is the extension of her body, like that. Her left foot towards the plate, her right foot braced on the pitching rubber. The first baseman in the background with that look on her face, ready to field a ball, hit her way. But the pitcher herself, she's ready. She's going to deliver. And boy, they pitch faster than you believe.
Yeah. I love that shot. Honest, that would be one of my prize winning shot. Well, if I did it, that would, and I looked through my stuff, that would be the one that I would pick out of the arsenal from the
If
day.
you're judging, yeah, and once again, kind of a cliche shot, but a lot of times when you look at the local newspaper, they have shots like the last one of the boy, like this of the girl, and that's what they shoot. One thing I came to realize over the last couple of years, getting my good camera, was that what I produce with my camera is as good as what the local news photographers professionally for the newspapers produce with theirs. I'm at their level. I understand that, and I feel good about that because I realize that my work is actually quality. It's not like mediocre, or it's not in process. Like maybe someday you'll get better or whatever. I feel good about it right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's a hard thing to get to in your mindset, is to think that you're not good enough. And then you look at the people's work and be like, wait, you know, I'm good enough too. Like I have those thoughts too, and I'm always a beginner at this point. But I look at the professional shots and I just go ahead and do that. I'm like, all right, I can try that, practice that
Well,
a little bit.
yeah, Christine, I'll tell you, on my part, that's been my life. Even as a teacher, I would look at what people did in other classrooms and think, gosh, maybe I should be doing more of that or more things of that nature. What I didn't realize is that they were looking at me saying, wow, that guy does so many creative things. I don't know how he does that. And in other words, you always had that grass is greener on the other side of the fence feeling that, gee, no matter what I've done, I could do something. I could be better. I could do it differently. And
Yeah.
you have to kind of learn to just accept what you're doing is good itself. Have you got some more there lined up?
I got one more, the
Oh, okay.
award.
This one is just kind of a special shot from the standpoint. It does give you the idea that in a team sport, the whole team participated, because you got that's not the whole team, but that's a whole bunch of girls all holding up the championship trophy they just won. So, and you can actually read the trophy, see what it's for. And the
Hmm.
year goes back to 2013 and 14. So this photo was taken a long time ago, but it just kind of signifies, the accomplishment, I guess, the achievement. You have a
Yeah.
picture. You have a picture of a girl shooting a basket. You'd have pictures of somebody dribbling up court or whatever. But this kind of tells its own story.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's all the pictures I have in here. That's all that wanted to do. But we definitely want to bring you back on, because I got all those other pictures, and I know you have more to go through as well. If you want to come back on, and the stories behind the art. I mean, this was great. I love this,
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed
Um,
it. I'm glad I was able to send some photos to you and things. Over the years, there's a lot of photos, and everything I had pre-digital is pretty much gone, unfortunately. I had photos of San Diego that were historical photos. They would be considered now, when the city was smaller, everything was like less built up.
wow.
All these things were on film, and they were all left at my parents' house in Point Loma. And so because of several things that happened, I never got access to them. So I've got about 55,000 photos, but they're all from the digital era, from the time we started digital photography. And
Yeah.
I've got others I could always chat with you about, but it was fun looking at these, and especially hearing your perspective too. By the way, that's special to me, because a lot of times I don't get that. You don't have people
Oh,
call. There's no feedback from the newspaper, for example. Oh, I want to let you know that was a really neat picture of my son that you had in the football game, or oh, that was a great action shot. You don't get that, and what you do get is like the press club awards, and that's
hmm,
that's a start. That's nice, but like I tell my friends, when I was a teacher, we didn't get awards either. I mean, we got feedback from
right.
parents, stuff like that, and some, usually pretty positive and all that. But here, it's like there's somebody validating you, telling you, "Hey, that was actually a really good shot." Excuse me.
Right.
Or,
Yeah.
that shot was the best of the category that you entered, and you received a little credit for it, a little award. So, oh,
Yeah,
hello.
exactly. Hey. Hi.
There, I'm back in
Um,
this of my multi-million-dollar fake home. I mean, my real phone home. Maybe I ought to light a fire over there tonight and warm the place up. Just kidding.
there you go. Yeah. I had my picture behind a sleeping lady. Let's see if I can go back to it. I took
Well, I should let
during
your
the
viewers
summer.
know that the background on my photo is a generic background offered by the website. That is not my real home. My real home is actually a lot bigger. That's a joke too. My home's about 1/8 the size of what this one in the picture, but it's still worth a lot
Nice.
of Lego. Yeah. Well, anyway, it was fun doing
Yeah.
this. I'm up for it any time. Always fun. I learned this time. I don't think I'll be looking down the whole time on your podcast. Last time my face was always down, so I remedied that, and the viewers can actually see all my imperfections and all that, all my skin cancer from being at the beach and all the days. And my
I wish
face,
I had at the beach.
my face doesn't interact with that brick wall too well. It blurs. See right there?
Yeah.
Oh well. Hey, what can you expect from a fake photo, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the digital age these days. But yeah, we definitely want to, the historical, if you have historical pictures, all that. Like, I mean, we
Well,
definitely want to keep going.
the historical pictures I have are not mine, unfortunately, but I capture them off the internet when they're posted and put them in a file so that I can go back and look at that era, even though they weren't my photos. But they're always usable. They're not copyrighted or anything. So
Right.
always
Yeah.
look at some of those too someday. And,
yeah. We'll just go through the photo book.
Yep. But
and
anyway.
hear the history.
Yep. It was fun. Always up for a talk whenever you are. And thank you for allowing me to be on with you today. We had for your viewers, we had a little technical glitch at the start. My end of the system did not want to let me use the camera or the microphone. So I called to Apple support and a little other few bad words aimed at the computer, and we got it fixed. So
yeah, the computer listens, huh?
when we get it on, it even has my name on there, which I didn't realize was going to be on there either. So we're good to go. Hey, well,
All
thanks
right.
again.
All right.
Another time, but today was a lot of fun. And whenever you want, let's do it again.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah. So we thank you. We thank you for being on, and we thank you for. I think that we're just going to do this is the stories behind the art. That'll be a new section in the Oil Runners broadcast. The just doing the stories behind the art. So if you guys want to come on and share your art as well, we want to see that and hear the stories, just like how Scott Hopkins will be sharing his stories, and we love the stories. And you okay over there? but yeah, definitely come in and join the photo book. All right. So we thank you, and we will see you guys later.